and over. I don't sing it near as good. With Fire Cannot Burn, St. Ricketts at www.stricketts.com. Soundcheck, Jewel Tadia, I heard you crack your knuckles, so bingo, we are in.
Yes.
We had a little technical difficulty in the beginning and it wasn't making either one of us very happy. So Jewel popped back on. Andrew James Blunder, you are amazing, brother. Love you, man. Thanks for tuning in.
Andrew.
Absolutely. St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn, as I said before, www.strickett's.com. It is the theme song to another awesome Tuesday night, 100% live episode of The Yo Show.
You.
I am Jeff the Shark Perini. Back with us in the house after a little bit of a hiatus for very important reasons and reasons that she'll tell you on her own terms. The one and only, the co-hostess with the mostest, the sister from another mister, one of my favorite human beings on the entire planet, Jewel Tadia. Jewel, good evening.
Good evening, Jeff. How are we doing tonight?
We're doing fantastic. I won't get too far into your personal life, but a big congratulations to you anyway. Some great news coming Jewel's way. Now, Chus is in the house. He missed you, I'm sure.
Choose.
Great to see you. Now, Chus is here. So before we do anything, very quickly, a huge thanks to a woman who tolerated my bullshit 2 nights in a row, did Yo Show, did 2.0. She's an awesome actress. She's also the host of Just the Deets, her own podcast. And, of course, that's Lydia Manson. So, Lydia, thank you.
Savior.
Absolutely. She was terrific. So, thank you to Lydia for coming on and helping us out and making this work. Not the same without you, Jewel. Got a lot of messages. Is Jewel okay? What's wrong with Jewel? Is Jewel sick? So people miss you.
Oh, that's nice that I was missed. I had to take this very important test, but I did pass, and now I can breathe a little bit. So thank you so much for holding the fort down. Thanks to Lydia. She's just amazing.
She certainly is and certainly was, and we had a great time, and she had a lot of fun with it, and you know, the people tuned in. We had some great guests, of course. A huge thank you to both of them. Tuesday night on the Yo Show is DK Lyons. He was terrific. Yeah. Excellent musician. Just a great time. And, of course, Wednesday night. I forgot.
Wow.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Wednesday night, we actually had a real cool time. We talked to the founder and creator of House of 1,000 Pops and H1K Collectibles, Jessie Capella. So she was awesome. We talked about Funko Pops and her page, her YouTube page and selling, and she was very cool as well. So a great 2 nights of action. Lydia in both of those. Bear Rains welcoming you back in the house. Tonight, we just pick up right where we left off. Social media is an awesome thing for finding artists and musicians. And yes, I know I got a little echo for some unknown reason. But anyway, social media is a great place to find great talent. And I came across tonight's guest on Instagram, and I watched him shred, and I listened to his music. I'm like, yeah, this guy absolutely kicks ass. So I messaged him and said, how about it? And he's like, yeah, it sounds great. He'll be with us about 15, 20 minutes. His name is Polychuck. I'm going to tell you, Jewel Tadia. Super cool, awesome tattoos. He's an MMA fighter. He's a guitar player, a singer. He teaches guitar. This dude's got it all. So we're very excited to have him on tonight. So I found him on Instagram. I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely Yo Show kind of dude. So he was kind enough to come on tonight, Jewel, and I'm very excited.
Yes, excellent music, great following, and I'm just so happy he chose to join us tonight. We're going to have a blast, like always.
Absolutely, and what we do here, we really do celebrate the artist, and we don't try to talk much about ourselves. You know what we're all about. You come here to see what they're all about, and like I said, so many have been so great. And once they get on through music, I download it right to my phone. I've got some on my phone already. Just wanted to know that, and I thank him for great stuff. Let's do a quick top 5 list, Jewel. One of the things we do here every week is a top 5 list, and it has nothing to do with the artist tonight. Sometimes we lean it towards the artist. Sometimes we get kind of...
We just ran out of stuff, after
we really
200 some episodes. We're like, we can't tie to the artist anymore because a lot of our artists are from the same place or, the same genre. So we can't really cater to that unless it's a song title. That's always a good twist.
Yeah. We do
Right.
that sometimes. There's only
Yeah.
so much favorite.
We run out of ideas. What
I know.
can we say?
Favorite guitarists, favorite Canadians, favorite, you name it. We've done it all a couple thousand times. So tonight we just went
Cider.
with
Yeah.
something conventional. Top 5 breakfast must-haves. Like you can't start your day without, even though I rarely sit and eat a nice breakfast because my job starts to crack at dawn. Until this becomes my job, I got some other job that takes up most of my time.
Yes.
So let's hit it real quick with number 5. Some sort of toasted product, a toast, English muffin, bagel. Something in the toast family. Something that goes in your toaster. Number 4, eggs.
Toasty.
And that gets a lot of hatred. I'm surprised how many people hate eggs. Oh, what the hell you're laughing
Who
at, right?
hates eggs?
Tim Simmons hates eggs. Tim Simmons is a good buddy of mine. He hates eggs. Never
How's
heard
that
anything like it.
possible? Now, do they eat egg whites?
I
Do
don't
they
know.
not like them runny? Like, what's the deal? I need to know.
I have no idea. We'll get Tim on the program. He watches once in a while. Maybe he'll come on. Number 3 is pork roll. Now, Jewel, pork roll, 1 slice or 3 slices, like the Wu-Tang symbol, or 1 slice right down the middle.
So people yell at me when I cook pork roll because I don't even like it even a little bit crispy. I can throw it in the microwave. I can eat it cold with cream cheese. Like, I'm a weirdo. So don't ask me about pork roll. And we're
I
the
like
only
it.
people that call it that. You know,
I
they call
know.
it
Taylor ham.
Taylor ham, but that's like North Jersey.
That's
We do
like
pork roll like Southern Jersey.
that's like North nonsense. It's goddamn
Yeah.
pork roll. 1 slice, well done. Number 2, and I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for making this number 2, bacon. Okay, you definitely need bacon. But the reason why bacon's number 2 because every morning of every day I cannot start my life without coffee. Cream, sugar, coffee.
For some reason, I didn't peg you for a coffee drinker, and I ask everyone about their coffee because I'm such a big coffee drinker. But how do you take it?
I like cream and sugar because to me it's almost like I make it pretty sweet. It's almost like a sweet treat, and the sugar gives me a little extra energy too in the morning. I know when you're usually a big beer guy, you're not much of a coffee guy.
I think
I'm
you have to
drinking
be if you're a beer guy.
the legendary Focal Banger this evening from the Alchemist in Vermont, one of the most famous breweries and beer series like on earth. They also make Heady Topper. So
I like the name Alchemist. I mean, I love the DJ Alchemist, but I just think Alchemist is a cool name because you're like concocting. He,
I agree. I like it.
concocts in the studio.
So what is your coffee?
So my coffee, I usually have 0 sugar everything, like Splenda, fat-free milk, no sugar, right? But I saw this Buddy the Elf creamer, this frosted vanilla cookie creamer. So I made a pot yesterday, and I'm drinking this Elf creamer. And I had the biggest sweet toothache the whole day. It was way too much sugar. Say hi.
Hi. Make
Hi.
sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to turn on the notification bell, and don't miss out on my channel. It's called Josephine's World.
Woo! Good job.
Josephine's World. I check it out. Your top 5, very quickly, Jewel Tatey. Top 5 breakfast must-haves.
It's like yours. Top 5 turkey bacon.
Turkey. Okay, I'm not opposed if you get the right kind.
I just have to. Like, I can't eat bacon anymore, and I can't eat sugar. So turkey bacon. 4 is turkey sausage. 3, I really deprive myself, and I never have it. Maybe once in a while when I go out, but French toast. 2 is eggs. Now that I work from home, I can have eggs every morning, so it's phenomenal. I love eggs.
Can I talk about what I like?
Just say one top.
No,
you may not.
What I love about my eggs, I might be weird, but I love my eggs with my syrup.
Sarah. Yeah, another toothache. And number 1, coffee.
Yeah. Coffee.
I can't
agree.
drink coffee because it has caffeine. So
20 years from now, when you host the Yo Show with my nephew, you guys can drink coffee
Yeah.
24/7.
When you host it in the future.
Yeah, turkey bacon. You got to get the right kind, though, Frank. I like the Godshalls. They make the real thick, fat turkey bacon. Like, I don't like that real skinny stuff. I dig it, though.
Yeah, it can be made well. I mean, a lot of people are against it who have never had it. So
I mean, my cholesterol is like a solid 600. Take a little
You gotta
turkey bacon.
improve where you can, you know. You gotta start eating that healthy stuff.
Yeah, sure will. Yeah, Jeff. Yeah, agreed. I got a boss upstairs already telling me to watch what I eat and diet and trying to schedule colonoscopies and the whole 9 yards.
It's not
For the love
fun.
of God.
Nope. But breakfast should be your motivator. It sets you up for a successful day.
See, he said Gottschall's is the best. I love Gottschall's turkey bacon. That's like my joint.
I don't know if I've ever had that. Need to try.
It's really good. Theirs is like the long. It's like the real fat kind, not thick, but it's like fat, like a longer piece. So
Gotcha.
like that Jenny O, that real skinny stuff. That don't do it for me. It don't work.
I feel like Jenny O has recalls all the time, so no thanks.
It really does. It really does. So again, welcome back. I know you had a little vacation. I know you had a little ailment going on that you seem recovered from, and you.
Why are you saying I'm sick? I wasn't sick.
A couple weeks ago, you were sick.
Yeah, but we got past that. I came back after that, so I'm saying I'm sick.
Yeah, but you still had the hiccups and the coughs and all that
Well,
crap.
you know, I'm like a long hauler. What can I say?
I do know. Before we bring our guest out, I got to do some shout outs because I told a lot of people I would say some great stuff about him. A lot of people deserve it. First of all, a happy birthday to one of our favorite all-time guests. She's been on twice. One of my absolute favorites, actress Nancy Valen.
Yay!
So happy birthday, Nancy
birthday.
Valen. Love me
Yes.
some Nancy Valen. One of my favorite actresses and an awesome person. And today is her birthday. So happy birthday, Nancy Valen. And of course, I want to say get well soon to. Now, you all know Sharon Lea. Sharon, of course, is the woman behind the Women Who Rock for a Cause. And her husband / guitar player / everything, Rick Giannotti, who is also a friend of the show, had COVID. He's now in a hospital. He's been in the hospital for a while. His battle goes on. Sharon had a thing where people can make videos and leave them for him. So I just want to reach out to Rick, man, and say get well soon. Sharon's terrific. Rick is terrific. They run a great show over there. Sharon's got her own webcast show, and she's an awesome musician, and they do stuff for great causes, great people. So, of course, we want to wish Rick get well soon, man. It's tough. And
Yeah,
a lot of you have been there, so we know.
Yeah, and so tough. And he's been in there for a long time. So we're just, well, wishes for Rick and Sharon. And we'll get through this.
Absolutely. We will get through this. A couple people, again. Jen Himes in the house. Happy to see Jewel. She's one of the people like, hey, where's Jewel?
Oh,
And I was like, I fired her ass. No, I didn't.
yeah, you did. For a second. It's fine.
All right, I know it's a little early. We usually wait till 8:30, but our guest is backstage, so why not? Because I'm super stoked to talk to this dude. He's got so much going on. Seems like a real cool guy, and can't wait to have him on the program. He is a guitar shredder, awesome songwriter, singer, musician, MMA fighter, you name it, he's got it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to our very special guest tonight, Polychuck, in the house. Hey, man.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man, and thanks for coming on, and I appreciate your fast response. Like, I go on YouTube and Instagram and I find these artists, and they get recommended, and I'm like, damn, this guy looks awesome. And then,
thanks. Appreciate it.
what's cool on Instagram is some people have that little email or contact spot. I'm like, screw it, let's send them an email, and you were so quick to respond. And
Yeah, I mean, I'm stoked to be here. Yeah, cool.
awesome. We really like that. This is Jewel, our co-host. She's excited to see as well. She does great research, so we'll have a nice lineup of some questions for you, some stuff to ask, and we'll get to know you, man. Let's do it.
Hey, where are you guys based? I'm just wondering. I'm in Canada, Montreal. I had no, are you Canadian? Are you?
No, we are right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Do we sound Canadian?
Yeah, do we sound Canadian?
No, not at all. I'm a French Canadian, by the way. You might hear my, hey, what's up, man? So you have a live chat going on at the same time.
Yeah, the live chat comes on. It's an awesome program. It's called StreamYard, and we found it about a year ago when COVID started, and nobody could get out, and nobody could make their way. A friend of mine's like, yo, put your show here and watch the people just go nuts over it like a TV show. So it's been great. We've absolutely loved it.
Yeah, what's up, everyone?
And like I said, we get to experience. It's a better format. We get to experience you and your emotion and all that. So we love it.
Nice.
So right off the bat, man, congratulations on the new EP. It's called
Thank you.
Shadows Remain, which is out now. Tell us a little bit about the EP, the creative process, and just a little bit of what it's all about.
Yeah. So the EP that I just released about a week ago is actually a part 2 for my EP that I released, my official EP that I released in July. So it's just a 2-song. That's why I called it part 2, Shadows Remain. It's a 2-song extra. Those were the 2 songs that originally didn't make the cut. They were more heavy, a little bit more prog, more edgy. Yeah. So I try to explore. You might have noticed that my style is not. It's kind of hard to define. I don't know. It's rock, but it's got influences from everywhere. And the 2 songs that I just released are just the edgier ones, the shreddier, heavier ones. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have the video. We're going to play it after you leave us tonight. But Scarred, can you talk a little bit about the process behind that and making the music video? It's very cool.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was hard. We went out in the country. We rented a cabin. We almost blew the place up. It was yeah. I mean, there's a lot of not CGI, but a whole bunch of kind of effects and cool stuff. It was really my first really big experience of a higher production kind of thing. And also I had a guest guitarist it was his first music video with me. It was his first, the guest guitarist his name is Justice Hages, fellow Canadian, and I found him on TikTok. Dude's 17 years old. He's got 30,000 followers, and we just kind of met on TikTok. And I was like, dude, you shred, and we kind of wanted to do a little bit of crowd hacking. So featuring on my song, he's gonna help me promote it on his TikTok. So yeah, he was there with me, and it was a crazy experience. We had a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's really cool. And that's definitely how it works. Like, you got a bunch of followers, and, we get X amount of people to watch us live. And then a few days later, you look at the views of people that keep coming on, and it's just awesome how many people end up watching in the end. And I'm like, he's got a great following, and we got ourselves a pretty good following. So, we just want to blend it up. Maria Daniels in the house, another awesome pod and webcaster. Roan, thank you for tuning in, Maria. So, like I said, we get it from. It's not a competition here, man. It's a community. Podcasting, webcasting, in music, it's a community.
Yeah, totally. That's why we crowd hack. That's what it's all about now. It's like artists come together, they release a song. My crowd sees him, his crowd sees me, and that's in hip hop they've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, sure. And it sounds like a bad thing, but really it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jot that down. I always jot notes down. Crowd hack is definitely
crowd
something.
Hacking,
I'm
so do you have a
that.
TikTok though?
I do.
Okay.
I do have a TikTok, and I like a decent following on TikTok. My TikTok started blowing before my Instagram. And it was from that kind of format. The videos that are the vertical kind of videos that are shot not too professionally with an iPhone. It started blowing on TikTok. I was just shredding, getting guitar tips and showing MMA videos or whatever, and just people started to like it. And I thought, let's do the same thing on Instagram, because Instagram, which is kind of like the rival of TikTok. They started their own TikTok thing, which is the Reels. The Instagram started posting my stuff on there, and then boom, next thing you know, my following increases on Instagram as well. So
that's awesome. And not to throw a little wrench in there, but my wife always says all the hot guys are on TikTok. So so they find you on TikTok and then they follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
But I mean, TikTok is for a younger audience. Well, it's not. It's for everyone. But most people that are on TikTok are, the younger generation, so slightly younger than me. That dude that I found, he's 17 years old, and there's a ton of guys that shred and they're really good, and they're getting attention. And I don't know. It's just a new generation. I'm 32. I'm almost twice his age. It's crazy.
I know, we're like old people now compared to these young ones. But that's crazy, because people used to discover singer-songwriters on YouTube, and now it's in a tiny little video, like we can see our talent in that amount of time. So it's just wild. But yeah, I mean, I guess it has its advantages and disadvantages, but that's amazing that you found them and you collaborated so well.
Yeah. I mean, everything is, the more it goes, the more people want to consume content, and the more they want to just, now YouTube is just, it takes too much time. People don't want to sit down through a whole song and watch
and ads and everything else.
Yeah, ads and all that stuff.
We love you, YouTube.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's awesome.
This streams right to YouTube. Honestly, if it didn't stream direct to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, I'd be lost.
Yeah.
It carries it straight, which is great. And again, Jeff Perlman, local musician. Thanks, man. So what's up, gang? Love you spotlighting musicians. And yeah, we love them, man. We love music. We love musicians. We love. And I was watching your videos before I even heard them. I'm watching you just shred. I'm like, oh yeah, this guy, this is my kind of guy. So you also teach guitar.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Number one, what kind of advice would you give a guy like me who's never even picked one up? What kind of advice would you give to a guy like me? And how hard is it to teach people to get into guitar? Seems impossible to me to learn.
Yeah. You know, it's a good question because playing guitar is a skill and teaching guitar is a whole nother skill, right? So when I started teaching guitar, I thought that just because I know how to play guitar, I could just teach the skill to people. But it's not just that. Teaching guitar is a skill in and of itself. And I think that the most important thing you want to tell your students or someone who's just starting out is have fun. You need to find things that are going to make you want to pick up the guitar and practice. Or you need to find something that that will motivate you. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to start playing guitar just because they want to, I don't know, they want to shred, they want to be good right away, but it needs to be fun. You got to enjoy the process and you got to find stuff that motivates you, you know? Even me, I've been playing for 26 years. I started really young. Yeah. And there were, times in my life where I was not motivated and I didn't play for like a whole year. But you got to find stuff that motivate you. I don't know.
Sure.
It also helps to have a good teacher because, I have a niece and she's amazing. She plays all of these instruments. And then she went to, take a piano class with this guy who was very monotone. She's like, I'm done. I'm like, no, but she's like, I can learn so much more on YouTube watching people I actually like. So just seeing you do your thing is just a motivator for your students. And you also opened an online course. How did that start in COVID or was it before that?
It was the online course. I just launched it like a month and a half, 2 months ago, maybe, because I was getting too many requests to do one-on-one online courses. Before COVID, I was just teaching locally, people in Montreal and just some friends and, but I was not doing the Zoom classes. And because of my reels and my TikTok and my Instagram, that actually started blowing during COVID because I had more time to do content.
Sure.
And, I started advertising, hey, by the way, I'm a guitar teacher. So I started doing online lessons and just, it just snowballed until I could not take any new students. So then I did, an online course where you can just subscribe and, sign up and you do a monthly thing. So yeah.
Excellent.
How many dudes come to you and say, I want to play guitar for the chicks? Does that happen a lot?
No, it's funny because most of my audience, most of the people that come to me are already somewhat advanced. So it's like, guitar is very broad and I have a very specific niche audience. The guys that are already somewhat advanced, but they really want to get to the shred level. That's like my typical, students. The guy who's been playing for 5 to 10 years, in his mid 20s to mid 30s, and he really wants to learn how to shred. But I got a ton of people that just, I see, all kinds of people of all levels, and yeah.
I can imagine it's got to be pretty awesome. And I noticed, part of your music you describe as prog rock, and I know prog is a lot of people who seem to have a niche for music. People that are fans of that are already so musically inclined that it's got I don't want to say a unique following, but it always has a following of of terrific musicians. I notice everybody
Yeah.
I know that's into that kind of stuff is already a great musician in their own right. You
Yeah.
included, of course.
Because prog kind of prog is a term that was, I think, brought up in the 70s or maybe late 60s, and it just meant progressive rock, just trying to take it to the next level. So that includes, making the songs longer. Generally, the performances were more, more virtuosic, for lack of a better word. The composition was just more. So that was really the beginning of prog. It was just taking rock to a whole another level. But now prog kind of means breaking out of the boundaries. Kind of, a lot of purists would tell me your music is not prog, but I mean it can't be prog if we're not progressing. If I'm playing the prog of the 70s, it's not prog anymore.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
a band that always came to mind, and people always say about prog, and I don't know if you're a fan or not, is Dream Theater,
Oh, big time.
which I'm a huge,
Yeah, yeah.
huge fan, and everybody says their music is very unique, one of a kind.
Yeah.
It's almost like a gigantic story in each little piece, and the
Yeah,
way
yeah,
they,
yeah.
they make it. Yeah,
A lot of their albums are a story, a
Story,
concept album. Yeah, and that's what I'm working on currently. I was in the studio all day, working on my album coming out probably next year. Yeah, and it's going to be a concept album. So each song is going to be kind of a chapter. To
I
the
love that.
story.
I
Yeah,
love
and
stuff
it's
like
really
that. Very
cool.
excited.
Yeah, Dream Theater, I'm a huge fan. This is like Olympic level music. The guys
Yes.
are the craziest musicians, all like Berkeley graduates, and I have tickets to see them live in Montreal in March. Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
Never have yet, and it's on my list.
Oh
Definitely.
man, yeah, totally. You should.
I mean, Montreal's on my list. How's the music scene out there? We have some Canadian friends.
Yeah.
They're not from the same area though. Like Stacy and all that. They're not.
Yeah.
But how's Montreal in the music scene, and how is it coming up? And how did you find your sound in that scene?
It's Montreal is a very French. I'm a French Canadian. I was born and raised in French, and English is not even my first language. But
Wow.
Canada is huge. Canada is enormous. We have like 5 time zones. I think 5 or 6 time zones. It's crazy. But in Montreal, in the province of Quebec, the things that really work and the things that are on the radio are either the big pop artists that everybody all over the world listens to,
Yeah.
or a lot of French music, and that's what.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And when you're English, when you're singing English, and you're more rock and not leaning towards the folk, and it's really hard to make it. But obviously, like in every city, there are like more niche, audiences. But in Montreal, it's very, very small. Yeah. But I mean, it's a great city. I love my city. There's great music everywhere. But it's just hey, Cassie.
Is my wife in the house checking out the show this evening?
Yeah.
See again, she sees like these good-looking guys with the tattoos, and boom, there she is.
But do you have a lot of places? I mean, are there many places to go and play there? Do you have a favorite spot there that you go, or do you have to travel a little bit?
I started releasing music right when the pandemic hit, so I haven't really had a chance to go and perform out of town. So I played in Montreal at a few venues, and since COVID, and there are a few places. Obviously when the big bands, even the smaller prog bands, when they come to Montreal, there are some rock venues that everybody goes to. But since COVID, I haven't even had a chance to go watch the show.
Wow.
I played I think 2-3 gigs, 2 of which were outdoor, so like more of a festival, and one was just a showcase for my EP, which was just for the media and the press and whatnot. And that was a month. No, it was in September, end of September. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we definitely we hope to get past it because again, us here too, we're kind of like concert going junkies. We love getting out to shows. We love seeing people that come on our show, and we love to support them. So I definitely feel you there, and I feel your desire to get back out.
Yeah,
I look at you, and I always do comparisons. It's just a thing with me. It's not so much the music, but I see a lot of Miles Kennedy. You got the Miles Kennedy style and the guitar and the teaching of guitar. So to me, it's super cool. I love stuff like that.
I don't even know who he is. I don't know.
Oh well, so he's the lead singer of Alter Bridge.
Okay.
Did you ever see the movie Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
So he was the guy at the end that actually took Wahlberg's place that jumped on stage. That's actually Miles Kennedy.
Okay,
A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, and he's a tremendous singer,
Nice.
and he's in his own band. Obviously, it was Alter Bridge is his. He also has Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. He does a lot of work with Slash from Guns N' Roses. Tremendous singer.
Okay,
But
cool.
your style and your overall outlook, and even your personality and your approach is very much like him, which is super cool.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Well, I'll take it as a compliment. I mean, Rockstar was a movie that I absolutely loved. I saw it at the movies. I was, I think, 12 when it came out. I was like, I want to be this guy.
Right?
I think it was Jack Wild in the band, the guitar.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to be him. I wanted to be the shredder, and he's an actual shredder, that very successful shredder. Yeah.
He's terrific. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I always look at that movie as a dude. I'm like, bullshit. Nobody walks off stage and gives that up. Like, you're a rock star, for God's sake.
Yeah. I mean, it's how it was, I guess, in the 80s or the 70s. I guess it's a little bit different now. Now the rock stars in the rock scene is more like, older dudes that are just like, more serious. Now the real rock stars now are like the hip hop kids that
Right.
do a bunch of crazy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he went on to become Marky Mark, so he was.
I mean, he was Marky Mark before Rockstar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was. Yeah.
I don't know.
But if you do a movie timeline and flip it to real life, I get you.
Yeah, probably not. So, who were some of your earlier influences, and when did you discover your shred? Like, when did you really let it rip on for yourself and know that you had it?
I started playing guitar at 6 years old, so very early. At 6, I started playing guitar, and I didn't really have influences. My dad was my main influence. He showed me a few chords, and I loved it. I just loved playing guitar, and he bought me a guitar at 6 because before I was 6, apparently, I don't even remember, I always wanted to play with guitar toys, and I was talking about music a lot. So, but when I first heard Kirk Hammett, Metallica, I was 11. Yeah, so I was 11, and I put my hand on cassette tape, Kill 'Em All, Metallica. I don't know how. Probably not my parents that bought me that. I don't know. My older sister's boyfriend. That I don't remember, but I heard that, and I was like, wow, okay, this is something I'd never heard before. And I was like, wow, this is really crazy. And I already knew how to play guitar. I'd been playing guitar for 5 years, so I knew there was, someone completely oblivious to music. They hear that, for them it's just music. It's just, but I had an idea of how hard that could be, because I'd already been playing guitar for 5 years. So I was like, wow. This is blowing my mind. And yeah, I guess he was my first revelation of, oh man, I want to be a shredder. And then, so I asked for an electric guitar, and I, learned on my own. I learned a bunch of Metallica songs, and and then eventually Dream Theater became, my own. Yeah.
It's amazing. I took a few drum lessons, and I got a hard time keeping my feet still. But and you go right out, and when the drum teacher says, "What do you want to play?" and right off the bat, you're like Neil Peart. He's like, "Yeah, you and the rest of the world. What else you got?" And I'm like, John Bonham. He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You newcomers and you're John Bonham." So I actually did a lot of Meg White and the White Stripes because it was very contemporary, very easy, and I learned a few songs, but it's tough. So I give you all the credit in the world, man. But I guess if you start younger, you retain it.
Yeah, but you know what? It's because I love it. I'm passionate about it. If I was not passionate, I would not be. For me, it's not hard to put in the time and put in the hours to go and practice. For me, it's not. So I don't see it as hard work. I don't feel like it's hard work. I feel like I'm having fun and just playing. So I guess people that are really talented, it's because the people that spend hours a day, it's because they're enjoying it. if someone's not meant to do that, it's okay. They'll do something else. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's what we get here. A lot of people are like, wow, you're so natural. You and Joel have such a good rapport, and you guys are so natural. I'm like, there's really no work. I just love doing it. I love meeting new artists and just talking and hanging out. So it comes natural. Doesn't really pay the bills, but, that's all right.
Maybe someday. It's fine.
Maybe someday. Yeah. It's hard to pay the bills with the guitar, too. But I'm enjoying it. So, yeah.
But you also play piano and drums. Do you play any other instruments?
Yeah, I play a little bit of piano, a little bit of drums. I don't consider myself the best, at those two instruments. I play a little bit of bass, it's similar to guitar, but not exactly the same. I sing. I love singing. I love to write. But yeah, no. And that's, I guess that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, don't sell yourself that short, because we turned the table to another subject: mixed martial arts fighting.
Yeah.
Dude, I've seen your videos. Like, what got you into this? Because that's intense. I mean, music is intense, but that's super intense.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was never a very fit person. I was never, back then. I started practicing martial arts at 27.
Wow.
It's been a little over 4 years. I was not the kind of guy who would exercise. I was like the worst at phys ed. I was just not fit. And at 26, 27, I thought, maybe I should start moving a little bit and do something. I was not fat or anything, or I was not out of shape. I was just not a, active person. And I thought, what would make me want to, train? And because when you start training, when you start moving, you got to do, it's like the guitar. You got to do something you'll enjoy. You got to do something because otherwise you just won't do it. For me, like going on a treadmill or just going to the gym and lifting weights, it would not do it. I tried before and it just didn't work. So I was living across the street from a mixed martial arts gym. And I thought, well, just give it a shot. Just walked right in. I did the free trial and I signed up. And I've been there ever since. Yeah. And I just love it. Yeah. I just love it.
That free trial is so sneaky too. They know. So, do you track a record? Do you fight like semi-professionally at all, or just kind of get in when you can and throw some fists?
Yeah. I guess I don't want to say that I'm too old for that, but I would not I don't have the motivation to go and just try and do it professionally. Like this is not something I love doing it, but I already have that big goal of making it in the music and rock industry. I really just go and fight and train for fun. Yeah, I've never fought for money. I did some amateur fights, but I don't think I would if I didn't have all that interest and passion for music. I would probably do that. Yeah, I would try.
That's pretty cool.
I
can picture the name of your next album. I'll Kick Your Ass.
Yeah. I mean, I'm such not a violent person at all, and it may not be what people think when they see me, but I'm really like the nicest dude ever. I've never fought outside of a gym or a ring. I was never in an altercation. I was never in a street fight ever. I was never in a road rage incident, nothing. I just, for me, and I fight and I, shake hands and hug with the people I kick. I punch in the face. I just like it because there's a big aspect of, discipline and humility and just being, when you start practicing martial arts, you become more humble because you know that you can't judge a book by its cover. You know that you never know when somebody can really kick your ass, and you discover that when you walk into a martial arts gym and like a 5'5" kid kicks your ass.
Yeah. But not only for that, but the stamina as well. Like, I mean, if you sit down and you play guitar all day, or if you're at the piano, it's so sedentary. But when you go on stage, you need that stamina. So,
totally.
do you feel like that helps in that way when you do get out there? Because
Yeah.
we see these older rockers who don't work out, and it definitely shows, like
Yeah.
Vince Neil falling off the stage. But you see the fit ones that keep in shape, and
Yeah.
they're lasting into their 70s.
Yeah, yeah. I can think of, I saw Paul McCartney, I think 2 years ago. He was on tour, maybe 3 years ago. The dude is like, what, 73 or 72?
Something like that, yeah.
So yeah, totally. I guess I hope it'll help me with longevity and stuff. But yeah, it totally keeps me fit and just in good shape and mentally and physically. And yeah. So yeah, it's a big aspect of. But stamina is also important in the style of music that I play. It's important. Sometimes I play so fast that it's literally like working out. and even on the drums, like the metal drummers, it's like working out. It's
Do you ever like cramp up? Do your fingers cramp up or anything?
Yeah. Sometimes because you keep repeating the same fast movement for long periods of time. At some point, your arms are going to tense up. A lot of people develop tendonitis and they get hurt. Literally, physically, they get injuries by playing guitar. It's crazy. I teach my students to stretch and warm up and to stay relaxed, and I teach them, exercises, and they're all like, "Oh, that's just like it's woo-woo stuff. It's just, why would you do that?" But no, it's really, really important. Yeah,
Take it to heart.
I have tendonitis from sports, and it kills all the time. So I can imagine just doing the same motions repeatedly has to kill.
Yeah. And then you can't play guitar anymore, so that sucks.
Yeah.
Whew. So, what gets the nerves? What gets you more nervous? I guess playing music in front of a crowd or an MMA fight.
It's a good question. I don't know. It's different
mindset,
feeling.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a different feeling when you go on stage. You want to give. I mean, for me, I want to give the audience what they came. I want to give them more than what they came for. I want them to be like, oh wow, not for me, not so I can be a star, but for them, they came to see me shred. So I want to give them what they want. So I have high expectations. I want them to be happy. For a fight, there's a different mentality. I want to not get hurt. So I kind of don't think of the crowd or the audience. It's really don't get hurt, get out of the way, and try to kick his ass. Try to knock him out. Yeah.
Dodge and weave.
Yeah.
Totally different approach.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
But there's no anger, no violence or anything. It's really just a sport, and it's really just and for me in my headspace when I'm fighting. There's no for me the person is not necessarily. I don't see him as like an enemy or anything, and that's funny because when I watch, I don't really follow the UFC and all those sports. I follow a little bit, but I'm not necessarily a huge fan. And face offs, the guys they want to rip each other's heads, and it's just like, why do you guys hate each other? You know what I mean? Like, there's
It's definitely hard to watch. Especially when bones are broke.
Yeah. I mean, for every Polychuck, there's a Conor McGregor. Yeah, I mean, there's
it's very entertaining, and the dude's making millions because it entertains people. It brings people into. I don't know how entertaining I would be just being like, "Hey, dude, let's fight." And then I don't know.
I love you, man.
I'll put a latte afterwards. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, literally, my last fight, we at the end of the third round, because it was what we do is three 2-minute rounds. At the end of the third round, we just hugged and we were just happy that it was over and we had fun, and that's.
And the crowd was booing and people were throwing shit.
No, the crowd was like, fight of the night.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, what do you do in, I guess, downtime? You're always writing, shredding, teaching martial arts. What is downtime? What do you like to do to just kind of relax?
Oh man, I like for me playing it, sitting down and playing guitar, and just that's like I said, for me it's not work. For me, playing guitar and playing music is not necessarily work. It's fun. I like to spend time with my kids. I got 2 young kids, so that's
Awesome.
yeah, so
Keeps you
that's,
busy.
yeah,
keep it-
definitely, yeah. And this feels more like work than playing guitar, actually. Just being with my kid, but I love it. But yeah, it feels like more. I got to be more mentally, alert. But yeah, I guess sitting with my kids. I love, reading books and meditating, and that's about it. My life is. I feel complete. I'm doing stuff that I love, and my life is great. So yeah.
That's
That's all
what
you
it's all
can hope
about.
for.
I
Yeah.
know, right? I mean, and on this program, when we invite you back down the road when more music comes out, totally be yourself, man. We're like 2 of the biggest jackasses you ever meet. It's just all about being fun and laid back, and it's just like people say interview, and a former, not a former guest we had on, and she's in a metal band, Infected Rain. Her name's Lena Scissorhands.
Oh yeah, I
And
know who she is.
yeah,
I follow her on
she's outstanding, and she has
Yeah.
a program, and she said we call it a chat, like we're just chatting, and that's
Yeah.
that's how we look at it. Yeah,
yeah, totally. We're just chatting, having fun. Yeah.
exactly, and she's super cool. Let's talk about tattoos. I still have none after all these years. I can't believe it. I'm definitely going to get into it though.
It's hard to do in today's world to have no tattoos.
I know
Yeah.
my wife's got 6, and she's like, "What's wrong with you?" I just never found something to put on me. So you got any that like have a big meaning to you, or just kind of like the design? You got one style, one steady artist you go to?
No, actually, I just like the aesthetics, and I love the fact that I love the freedom behind tattoos. It's like, this is my body. I can put whatever I want on it, and I love the aesthetics. And I don't necessarily have a one person I go to. I started getting tattooed when I was, I think, 14. Actually, at 14, I did my own first tattoo.
Wow.
My mom she didn't find out until I was, I think, 17, and she was shocked. I was like, Mom, I've had this 4 years, but yeah. So I mean, not one artist in particular. I just like to, when I have an idea and I feel like I feel like it's me and it's gonna, I guess, look good on me, I just go and do it. And I book an appointment and I do it. So yeah, and I love it. It's kind of like, it's empowering to know that you can do whatever you want with your body. And people are gonna judge, and so what? You know what I mean? A lot of people ask me, "Don't you regret?" And I think it's dumb. If I was gonna regret, if you're gonna regret something, don't do it in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you wouldn't have tons of them if you had regret. You would have known after the first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not after 100, you're like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, but
Yeah. So I don't regret anything, and I like the way I look. I know it sounds weird the way I'm saying it, but it's just, it goes with my vibe. So yeah.
It's you.
Totally.
yeah, it's definitely it's you. It makes you you. And like I said, when you discover somebody like yourself on social media, you see the whole package. You see a guy that's shredding and fighting, and the tattoos and everything is like super cool. And like I said, I'm like, yeah, this is my kind of people. And me and Jewel work hard to find such great artists. And when I told her you were coming on, she goes right to work as well. She hops on social media, starts learning it. And I'm telling you, man, I was super pumped for tonight. I couldn't believe how quickly he said yes. I was like blown away.
Yeah, totally. I mean, just for me, I love doing that, and I love I love meeting people. I'm a social person. You know what I mean? So
We're gonna be friends for life. I'm gonna be blowing you up.
Come to the East Coast when you have your big tour. Come down here and we'll go to your show.
Yeah, totally. I'm in Montreal. It's not far from Pittsburgh. You guys said, right? Pittsburgh.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Too
Yeah, right. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's not too far. I think it's probably, I don't know, a 5-6 hour drive, something like that.
I gotta get a passport. I'm so damn lazy with the passport. I swear to God.
Yeah. And I think the borders are closed one way, but they're open the other way. So you guys are welcome to come here in Canada, but I think we can't drive to the US yet.
Okay.
Right.
You can fly, but not drive, or something like that. It's still a little bit, I'm not sure exactly. I don't think we can drive yet to the States. But anyways.
Well, everything's going to be normal come January. That's what we hear. So
Yeah. Well, that's
the new year.
we'll just go day by day.
Right.
And I'd
Yes.
love to go to Philly. I've never been, and I would totally love to visit that city.
It's a great music scene.
It is a
really
great
is.
music scene. I was going to say it's a
Yeah.
great city and great music scene. And we got invited this Friday night to watch one of our former guests go out, and she's in a band and she plays bass and she's super cool, and it's more of a metal type sound. And I
Yeah.
look forward to that. I love going out and seeing the people that we bring in here, and I would
Yeah.
definitely come check you out. I love your stuff. I've been
Yeah.
watching it on YouTube all through the day, and I'm a fan, man. I love it.
Nice, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
And Philadelphia- I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry.
I was just going to say, if you weren't in music or fighting, what would you be doing? Any other desires? Any other thing, or is this it?
It's because you said if you weren't in music and fighting.
I had to make sure.
But hey, it's a really good question. Wow. I would probably be. What else do I enjoy? I have no idea.
Because you're complete. You can't even think of it.
I know,
because
right?
your life is full.
Life is great, the way it is. I would know. You know what? I would be cooking. I cooked for a few years, and I was even a chef at some point.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah, so I would probably be cooking. At some point I almost was, passionate about cooking. I love cooking. I love food.
all right. Now you're the full package.
I know, right?
Just kidding.
Yeah. So yeah.
The links are down below, ladies. Check them out.
So yeah, I would probably be cooking. I was, because at some point, because before I started teaching guitar, I kind of had that mentality, that when you play music, you got to find a side job, or you got to find something, because music is not going to pay the bills. And it's just like, it's just I guess it's a mental, it's just a preconception that people have. And, my parents, my dad, he it's not that he wanted to discourage me or anything, but, they want, their kids to be safe and stuff. So obviously I found a path, and it was cooking. I enjoyed cooking. At some point I was a chef, so I was, somewhat successful in that. So I guess, but it's funny because I didn't think of that right away.
Right.
Yeah.
So you said you got it all
Anymore.
you got it all figured out. So like some people we ask that and they're like, I have no idea what I'd be doing.
Yeah. But I don't cook anymore. I don't cook at all. My wife does the cooking. And,
see, I'm like sitting there. I'm sitting there like giving you out to the ladies, and meanwhile you're married. My apologies, Mrs. Polychuck.
Yeah.
Send your hate mail to Jewel Tatey, care of.
Hey,
I think she's watching. She might be watching too. So.
You got yourself a great man here. Super talented, fun. The stories are funny too. We're having a great time. I did post everything below for people who are new to the show, that'll watch it live, that'll watch it later. www.polychuck.com. Instagram at poly_chuck. The new EP is Shadows Remain, out right now. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. I've got it all over my phone, man. I'm already digging it.
Awesome.
I absolutely
Thank you so
love
much.
it. Absolutely.
Thank
So what's next, man? You said another album. Like, we're excited for it, and obviously,
Yeah.
whatever's next and when, we'd love to bring you back.
It's hard to tell when, but I'm currently working on the album. It's all written, it's all composed. So I was in the studio all day. We laid down all the drum tracks, and so I mean, people gotta stay tuned, because I'm gonna be posting stuff, on a daily basis, and I'm gonna be figuring out when it's gonna come out. Just I'm not that. I'm an organized person, but I'm also spontaneous. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's the way to be as an artist. Is it too much to ask for maybe 30 seconds of guitar? I seen you had it when you were backstage. Can you give us about 30 seconds? Just anything free form.
Yeah, sure. I got one right here. Always a guitar somewhere here.
Always has one somewhere. I see you got plenty hanging from the walls and all. It's great.
Those are my acoustics. Those are some electrics. I got some more over there.
Just don't play Hotel California, and we'll be.
Oh, no.
There's a story behind that one.
Okay. Well, maybe some shred.
All right.
You hear that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh yeah, awesome. Unfortunately, the show setup doesn't do it justice, but I found it to be outstanding, and I love it, and I'm a big fan, dude. I definitely am going to watch more of your stuff and keep into it, and I welcome all you two. Everybody out there who watches, I welcome you to do it as well. If you watch live, if you're watching a recording, check out Polychuck. Again, all the links are down below. We'll let it roll for a little bit. I thank you so much for coming on. We'll talk in the near future. And good luck with everything, man. Keep kicking ass because we love it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thanks
Have a great night.
You too.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Our
Thank
pleasure.
you so much. Have
Bye-bye.
a great night.
You too.
Happy holidays.
Oh, yeah, and happy holidays. Yeah, sure.
Yes, of course. Happy holidays to you too.
Good call. I'm
Thank you.
respecting it.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Jewel, that was Polychuck. And, you know, I got the vibe that he would be a super cool guy like that. And he was everything plus talent in so many fields. Cool, funny storyteller. And here I am telling the ladies to check him out when his poor wife's watching the show. She now hates my guts.
You just walked right into that one.
I sure did.
I know he was married.
Stepped in a big pile of shit. I sure did.
No, that was excellent. And you got your own little private concert, so.
Right? I wanted to hear him shred a little bit.
No, that's
And
very cool.
It's
do we
funny
have,
when
do
you
you have the video?
Yeah,
Or
we
no?
got the video. We can play the video. But I say I love when the guests come on, they have an instrument in their hand because I gotta ask them. Like Laura Cheeto came on with her guitar in their sound studio, and her dad's sitting there on the keyboard. I'm like, yeah, you know you're gonna do it for us. So
Yeah.
let's play the video. It's "Scarred" by tonight's guest Polychuck, and I'm glad he said his name on the video because I would have totally screwed up and called him like Polychuck or something like that. Would have messed it up. So I like when the guests say their own name on their own videos. So let me load up the share here. Share screen, and everybody make sure you stick around and check this out. It's awesome. It's about 5.5 minutes, but it's a great video, great song. It's got a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of a story tell, and then the music is terrific. Tonight's guest, Polychuck, with "Scarred" right here on the O Show. There it is, loaded up. Make sure we take me and Joel out of the picture. And we'll be back in a few moments, right here, live on the O Show with Jeff and Joel. Oh, I forgot to take us out. There we go.
Mother Earth's about to crack. Face the facts, courage. To face the facts.
You never cared, cause I never minded. You never asked, cause I wasn't there. Deep in your soul, I confided. You left me with nothing but despair. I didn't see cause you showed my eyes shut. I never spoke word you wouldn't hear. There we were, both stuck in a rut, separated by force-fed fears.
There are many things even the wisest of us do not know.
Your feeling of helplessness is your best friend, Sonny.
After I'm gone, the earth will be free to live out its miserable span of existence. It's what I say.
A scar is made when mind meets darkness. The pain it brings you is both the light. I'm so scared of my future's bleakness. found shelter. The pavement felt like it came right through me. And there I was, left dazed and bitter, begging hell to be my relief. I'm quite sure you couldn't care less. It's not you I miss the most. The scar is made when mind meets darkness. The pain it brings you is both to light. I'm so scared of my future's bleakness. Watch me scramble to rebuild my pride.
Oh, absolutely, positively, yes. Scarred is the name of the song. Polychuck is the artist. He was our special guest tonight. Don't forget the new EP, Shadows Remain. I believe he said part 2. Out now. Spotify, Apple Music. Of course, you can see the videos on YouTube. And even the young man that he introduced as another guitarist had some serious shredding. He just did, is it up now? My wife was not watching. She'd love to see it. Oh, so we're still up. Of course, I messaged all the guests right after they come on, and I definitely had to come on and thank him. And the video was just up, and unfortunately, we just played it for the audience. And if not, watch the replay, of course. The replay will always be up when we go live, so we're here. A huge thanks to a super artist. Joel, what'd you think? I mean, there's so many superstars out there. And they get all this media hype and media feel. And I'll go back here to a comment from Jeff Perlman, who's a local musician. He said, "What's up, gang? Love you spotlighting musicians that we may not have heard about before." And that's kind of what me, like I surf through social media. I'm like, all right, this guy looks cool, or this woman looks fun, or whatever. And you get into their stuff, and you're like, holy shit, like, there's people out there that are famous that don't do half of that. So I love getting in on the ground floor, that kind of stuff.
I know, and I love, seeing new music. I love experiencing that. And I love when guests come on and they're just so humble and great people. And I don't think we've missed yet, but everyone that we have had on has just been excellent. And he was no exception. He was great. And I'm just excited for more music. And I'm a fan, man. Like, I'm just a fan. And that's what I love, is discovering new music and new artists and everything. And every genre. I mean, we've had every genre, it seems, and we just become a fan of all of it. So
Absolutely. Even from country music, which was never really my thing, like country music, and then we had like Broadway singers, like the holidays come around, you think of Bart Chateau, and he's like he does like musicals and theater, and yeah, I love it. I love his stuff, man. And Tonight, no exception. Like that's right up my alley. A little bit of prog, a little bit of metal, a little bit of rock, and one cool dude, man. He just looks like he said, he's not a violent guy, but looks like he would kick my ass. So why not?
yeah.
The awesome sounds of Polychuck. Thank you very much for coming on our program. Definitely somebody we'd love to have in the future when more stuff comes up. And I know just by his desire, his dedication, his drive, that'll be coming very, very soon.
Yes, absolutely.
So, like I said, I'll keep the stuff on the bottom scrolling so you can know where to find them. Couple more announcements, couple more things this Friday night. We did mention, I'll mention it again, a couple weeks back on Yo 2.0, we had on the awesome local bass player, Rachel Bello. And this Friday night, we're going to try and get there. We're lining it up. Rachel and a cast of other metal bands will be at Bar 13 at 1706 Philadelphia Pike in Delaware for the Horror Punks Triple Xmas Party. $10 cover. Got to be 21 to enter. Metal show and all that. And she messaged me today, Joel, and she said, dude.
Ooh.
I know, right? Is that it? That's like some graphics right there. So take that down for a second. There's the graphics there. It actually looks a little bit like Rachel if she was green. And go-go dancer Kaylee Gordon. I'm not familiar with her, but she'll be there as well. That's this Friday the 17th. She said, yo, get here early and party with the band. Like, let's have a good time.
Oh, my fun. She's ripping Santa's head off.
I know, right? Yeah, a lot of fun. Voodoo Death Cult, All the Damn Vampires, Morbid Cross, and One Revive. Of course, former show member Rachel Bello, and she's like, you guys come? You're on my guest list. Now that right there is cool.
Yeah, that's pretty damn cool.
That is cool. I don't know if my wife would trek along. She's not a metalhead. Her husband's a metalhead. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you have to make sacrifices, just,
Yeah, get your ass down there and headbang to
and
some
you end up having a blast. You know what's funny? I got into more like tussles, I would say, at pop shows than I have at metal or rap shows. Rock is like hit or miss because rock, I like a lot of old rock, so it's a lot of old people getting drunk and starting their own arguments, which I can avoid that, but like pop shows, forget it. Pop is like these girls jump on your back and they claw you. It's a royal mess.
I buy into that a little bit. I really do.
Right.
Because, like I've seen some pretty hard bands that have never had an issue.
No. I worked a Godsmack show doing security. It's like...
Wait, I'm sorry, what? You worked a Godsmack show during security?
Yeah. Like I was behind the stage. It really kind of sucked because I was behind the stage and the sound was so distorted I couldn't even enjoy the show. But
oh, wow.
No issues. I just had a major migraine after that.
Wow. Like I've seen them live. It is a great show. So I recommend. But
you didn't say anything about my chair. Look at my chair.
Oh, you're not
squeaking anymore.
You're not. I'm still squeaking. My chair squeaks terribly.
Oh, that little piece of crap. Oh, it would squeak all the time. I don't even need a pillow. I could just... Oh, it's squeaking a little bit.
Damn it.
I just can't lean back. That's fine. Work on my posture.
So I had noticed, I always look at the thumbs up and the emojis everybody posts. I noticed one from Rick Giannotti. So, Rick, if you're still out there, dude, of course, Sharon Lee Band, the guitarist and creator and a great, just super great guy, Rick Giannotti. Rick, get better soon, dude. We're rooting for you. I know Sharon had the thing where she was asking people to do videos. I'm like, I'm going to do a little video piece. Next thing I fell fast asleep. And the next day she was posting them up. But I told her today, I said, we're going to say it on the show, man, because we love you guys. We love what Sharon does. She's awesome. And we love you being part of our support system. And the Sharon Leah show is great. And her music's great. So definitely do get better soon. And when you do, get you and Sharon back on the program. Let's talk it up, man, definitely. Because we love our locals and we're excited. We just want you to get better, man.
Yes, absolutely. I second that.
And we thank you for tuning in. We're going to do some hot topics, and we're going to start off with Jules' favorite, because I never knew, but this is one of Jules' favorite programs. And Miss Kristen Davis was absolutely shocked by the negative comments from people after reviewing the new show, and just like that, which of course is the case of Sex in the City. And she said, I feel like, F you people, F you. Like she's that angry. I have not seen it yet. I was never a big Sex in the City fan, but I know you are. So tell us a little something, man. Get into it. Let's get into your feels, man. Let it rip.
It's just been my show. It's such a great show. I can always go back and watch reruns. I watch the reruns on E, but I mean, they started that show. They were playing like late 20s, 30s, but in all reality, they were probably like in their 40s shooting that. It's 17 years later, and people are just ripping these women on the way they look. Like, give them a break. That's what she's talking about. Like, talking about, her surgery on her face, or Miranda's hair, or like Sarah Jessica Parker. Come on, man. Like, I just don't feel like women can have a comeback and people won't tear apart their appearance, and it's really sad.
I agree, and I see it a lot. One of my absolute all-time favorite rock stars is Joan Jett. And when she was younger, I thought she was adorable. I loved Joan Jett, young Joan Jett. And now she's out and like there's like surgery on people like, oh, that's not Joan Jett. Like, what is she doing? She's awesome. Girl's a goddamn rock star. Are you kidding me?
They do it for everyone. And women just feel this pressure to get work done, and then you get work done, and then you don't look like how you used to. I mean, I that's why I'm retiring this year. Not going any further. Yes, I'm hanging up the mic. But no, it's
I don't
really
blame
hard.
you. Like, what am I gonna do? Like this face. What am I gonna do with this thing?
I watched that 8-Bit Christmas with Doogie Howser, which, first of all, I thought, oh my God, I can watch this with Joey. It's about, a dad getting his first Nintendo system. I'm like, this will be great. It was like a Christmas story type thing. It was the worst movie. I do not recommend. But I'm looking at Doogie Howser, who's, I don't know, late 40s, I guess. I'm like, man, he looks old. Like from Doogie Howser when he was a kid. Like he just looks, you see the wrinkles and everything.
Yeah.
But no one is saying like,
it's our new segment. It's our new segment, Tatey Takes.
Oh my God.
Tatey's Takes.
I don't mind that. But then you trip up and say different things, and
I know.
It turns into something bad. But no one's saying like, oh my God, Doogie Howser is so old. But they're saying about the Sex and the City women. But I do love the new season. It started with such a sad shock. So that was always me and my sister's show. We quote that show all the time. Every real life situation can be related back to Sex and the City in some capacity. So we quote it all the time. I go to it for advice. It's a great show. And I love everyone on it, including Kim Cattrall. I love Kim Cattrall like so much. I'm so sad she's not a part of this.
Right. And I think, I don't know, and don't quote me, I think that was part of the issue where they were worried about her looks and how she was going to come off in the show, that they really didn't even include her. Is that correct? Like they didn't even really offer her a part?
They don't get along, so she made the conscious decision not to be a part of it. I mean, it's just not her anymore, so she says. But yeah, her and Sarah Jessica Parker never got along, which sucks because they're best friends on the show, and you wouldn't believe that they're like best friends. Like
Be
Dexter
friends.
and Deb. Dexter and Deb were like married, and now they're on the new Dexter together, and it's like, oh, good, you guys are still like a team, which is nice.
So do you think now? I've seen every episode, and I know you're a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question, and I don't mean this to sound dirty. I'm sounding it realistically for the show. Do you think, especially now, after what just happened with, what happened? Did you see last week's?
Dexter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
caught up. Mm-hmm.
So you know where that's at and where he's sitting. Do you think there's going to be some bizarre kind of ghost sexual scene between like Dexter and Deb? Because remember, if you remember, even though like they're not blood,
They're still brother and sister.
right? Remember before they were leaning towards like this love for each other, and they got a little weird. So I'm thinking to myself, you're going to see some creepy kind of ghosts. Dream sequence.
No, I was never even thinking of that.
I think it's going to happen. I do. And I'm not saying I'm rooting for it. I think it's going to happen.
If anything, she's so mean to him and like his
She
bad
is.
content. Well, it's his thoughts. It's like how Harry was. It's like, not to spoil it, but come on, if you're not caught up by now, what are you doing? You had time.
Right.
But yeah, it's like it's almost like Harry was the angel and she's like the devil. Like, you suck, you're a killer. Ah, Dexter.
Dexter! I mean, Jim
Lindsay. But
Jim
they both
Lindsay.
look good. I mean, how many years has it been? And they both are holding up mighty well, I would say. It's so sad that we go back to appearance, and I'm just as superficial as the rest of them, I feel. But
she got ripped in the beginning. Everybody said, oh, gosh, she's so skinny. Like, really?
She's always been skinny. Someone told me I look like her. I'm like, I don't look anything like her.
No, I don't see it. I'm not saying it's a
She
bad
looks
thing.
like
She's,
my old best friend, which is weird, but yeah.
she's attractive, but the character now is very annoying. Like, I used to love Deb.
is.
Deb now is so annoying.
Maybe one thing if she was like creepy funny, but it just is
Right.
mean. Like, you're
Right.
just mean. I don't know.
I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be having haunting thoughts and haunting dreams of somebody being that mean to me. Like,
Right, especially your sibling. Like, come on.
that one, yeah.
Do you really want your brother in your ear the whole time? Like, raw.
You're going to be very upset when they have that creepy ghost sex scene. It's going to creep you out. It's coming.
That's terrible, Jeff. Why would you even say that?
Because it's the show. I'm telling you how it's going to go.
Oy, oy.
All right, so let's do a few minutes. We'll twist to something more fun, and that's my man cave scores. And there's a reason why I want to do man cave tonight. First, as you know, I show you the little trinkets that I collect from my man cave. There's thousands of them behind me. And one that got a lot of hoot and holler last week when we did the Yo 2.0 with Jassy Capella. And then we had Lydia Manson on with all that Ghostbuster talk was Mini Puff. And I found a Mini Puff. Look at
Oh
the
my
little,
God, that's so freaking cute. Where'd you
isn't
get that?
it? GameStop. They actually had it on the shelf. And these sell for a good amount of money, so I'm very thrilled to have found this. He's really cute. And he's tiny. Look at the little
Is the
Mini
new
Puff.
Ghostbusters out? Paul Rudd?
Yes.
It is?
Wait, I think, I believe it's out. And then
I
also
can see that.
GameStop, I found the glow-in-the-dark DC Superheroes, the Blue Beetle. I'm so excited about that thing.
Oh, very cool.
And it glows. It's very cool. The others, I will spare the others because I want to share this thing. And, of course, I'm going to lead into why. I got this in the mail the other day, Joel Tatey, and there's one with your name on it as well. The Postman Thinks I'm Crazy by one of our absolute favorites, Mr. Ray Coleman.
Yeah.
I bring this on today for Man Cave Scores, our man Ray Coleman. And why, you ask? Well, it's funny you should ask that. And let me get the scroll ready because, Jewel, and for everybody who's wondering and asking, next week on our program, December 21st, the one and only Mr. Ray Coleman will be our very special guest right here. I got his picture. There it is right there from the album cover. Local musician, Irish singer Ray Coleman. He's done some appearances on us. He did our Christmas show last year. He did our benefit. He's got a new album out. As you see, The Postman Thinks I'm Crazy. Joel and I each got a copy. I want to listen to it, but I don't want to open it because it's sealed. But I know, we'll open yours. We'll play it together.
Oh, okay.
That is next Tuesday, the 21st. Musician Ray Coleman. Spoke to Ray today. I said, dude, I'd love to get you on before the holidays. And he said, call out a date. I'm like, 21st? He's like, I'm in. And that's awesome. So that is next Tuesday. Tomorrow night, we do Yo 2.0 Wednesday nights. It's a little bit of a different flavor. My attempt was to get more people who have never done podcasting maybe into it. And 2 people I've had on already said they're getting into their own programs. Congratulations to you on that, and just to join the fun. But tomorrow night, Jewel, I got a guy who has a terrific program. Last week on his show, he had John O'Hurley on his show from Seinfeld. He gets the greatest guest, and he's got a huge montage of all his past guests and celebrities coming on for his Christmas show, and that is Mr. Roger Gardner. Let me get his thing. There it is right there. So Yo 2.0 tomorrow night. Yeah. Roger Gardner from Roger the Wild Child Show. He's inquired about having Jewel before. His co-host is none other than the lovely former Playboy Playmate Deborah Driggs, who was on our program. Roger does a great show, Jewel. I'm excited to talk to him. We text now. We're like best buddies. We talk all the time. He watches our show, supports us, and vice versa. He's a great dude. He's going to come on tomorrow night, talk about his Christmas extravaganza. All I got to say is Joey Belladonna, the lead singer of Anthrax, is going to be on his show. The jealousy. He had John O'Hurley on his show. I get jealous. I really do.
It's very cool. Oh, you guys will have a blast cutting it up tomorrow.
I think so. He's a cool dude, and I don't know what we're doing for guest co-hosting, but I got Roger coming on, and I like the dude. And I like getting the podcast people on, or the webcast people, because they know exactly how to handle it. There's no, hey, you got to do this, or no lead in. They know when to talk, when not to talk, what to talk about. Perfect. So
Right.
that is tomorrow night. So next Tuesday, Ray Coleman. And then we have more on the 28th. One of our great PR people, Beatrice Kimmel, sends us another terrific act. A Brazilian DJ by the name of DJ Macau. I hope I'm saying that right. I have to pick that up between now and then. There he is, Jewel.
Woo!
Yeah, he's a good-looking fellow, too.
That's how I was saying it. Macau. Okay.
Macau. That is on the 28th. DJ Macau. And I'm telling you what, if you're a regular on our program, you will know that Beatrice Kimmel gives us terrific artists.
Ooh.
If you're new and watching a replay, whatever, I'm going to tell you her artists are terrific. So we're looking very forward to that December 28th right here at DJ Macau. I believe I'm saying that right.
Wait.
Yeah,
wait,
go ahead.
wait.
Go ahead, because I got another one. So go ahead.
Let me. Oh, that's our New Year's Eve show. We need Courtney back on so she can do our tarot again.
Oh, I would definitely invite her to come on again. Or maybe we could double header her. We'll bring her on the 29th.
I mean, I need my cards read.
And Jewel could be a special guest co-host on 2.0.
Yeah, one of these days.
You let me know if you want to do the 29th at 2.0. We'll bring Courtney. Maybe we'll do like a whole roundup of a bunch of people and have Courtney read a bunch of cards.
That'd be great. I want
her.
like a longer reading though. Like I feel like 3 cards isn't enough for me because I'm complicated.
Yeah, well, go figure.
I have a lot going on up here, so you know.
I got a lot going on up here too.
I need some advice from the stars
All right.
in the universe.
We'll speak to Courtney again. Try to get that to happen on 29th. I didn't. I know I also said to you about the Christmas show, and the reason why, like last year, we had an amazing time with our Christmas show,
It
and
was so much fun.
doing the Christmas carols. But I'm afraid this year because everything gets blocked,
I know.
and I don't want to run the risk this year. Everybody just came out and just kicked ass, and everybody's timing was perfect. They came on at the right time. They sang great songs. The audio sucked because I was like upstairs in my house, and I couldn't get plugged in, so I tried to do Wi-Fi. But we had just a great time. But I will see. Maybe this. I know a couple of the artists we've had on the show have originals, so maybe we'll sneak in for some
Your
originals.
Christmas originals. How about that?
I
Ray
know.
has one.
Yeah,
Right? I'm sure Susie does.
I saw a couple. I forget who has Christmas originals. Like I'll even put a third show on. I know my wife would hate me. But a
Jody.
third show. And Jody was on. She was great. And Rachel Green was on, and Ray, of course, and we had a great.
I
Rick
just like
Hit
seeing
Bart
everyone for
Chateau came
Christmas.
on.
You know, we have to see family around Christmas, and this is like your show family.
I agree. My wife's going to be in Florida for Christmas, so I'll be over. I mean, we should bring them all over to my house. All the former guests
Yeah,
come to my house.
right.
No Christmas night. We'll hear it live from my house.
For sure.
Christmas.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that's great. Sure. Sure they all-
That's great. Well, you know, I wish Ray was doing a set next Tuesday. We could just come to him and then do a show from there.
Oh, you want to hear something that sucks ass? This is how bad of a host I am. So this past Saturday, I went out to the Humanville Inn, had a couple beers, was hanging out, and I forgot, like around 9 o'clock, I looked back on Facebook and forgot that Ray Coleman was playing the Rockledge Malt House. Going Company.
stop.
Yeah, he was there. My wife said, "What is wrong with you? We could have went there." I'm like, I know.
You suck.
I suck, dude. I suck royal. I suck
Oh,
royal.
that
A
stinks.
small car ride away from Rico. We're going to see him soon.
Man, yeah, we have to.
Let's get back to some topics. We talk about other people that suck, like Harrison Ford. So Mark Hamill, they recently interviewed Mark Hamill, of course, legendary Luke Skywalker from Star Wars, and he was telling us how Harrison Ford was a total grump on the set of all the Star Wars movies. And there was a story, Jewel, where he took a a chainsaw and tried to cut up the stage prop of the Millennium Falcon.
Is that grumpy or is that like clinically insane?
A little bit. That sounds more insane. Now, Mark Hamill's like, yeah, I love Harrison, and vice versa. Me and Harrison get along good, but not good to act with. I've heard that before.
He seems like he gets angry, can be a real jerk.
He does. And,
Yeah.
I'm a Star Wars guy. I'm definitely a Han Solo guy, but
Yeah.
can you imagine if he cut up that? I can't even imagine.
He's still with Calista Flockhart, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Hmm.
All 10 pounds of her.
I really have to like watch all the Star Wars. I watched most of them.
Most. What haven't you seen?
Let's see. I watched all the new ones, all the ones
Okay.
with Ray, all the ones with Hayden
Christian Sheen.
Natalie Portman. I watched
Yeah.
all those, and then it was a long time. And every time I try to watch, like, I watched the first one. What's that?
Star Wars.
No, what's like the Return of the Jedi? Is that three?
That's 3. Yeah. Or it's actually 6.
Empire. I always fell asleep on.
Really?
I think
Empire-
I got through that one.
Empire's a little slow for some unknown reason. It's the slower one of the 3.
It just doesn't keep my attention. Like, my family always plays like Star Wars trivia and everything, and like so upset. I just cannot. Like, I know, but like I
Who's
said,
this guy in Star Wars?
it's a different generation, I guess. But not really, because my niece is all about it, and my niece, whatever. I'm just not into it.
It all depends, I guess.
try.
My
I
brother
love
is
the
in the house.
Ewoks.
Now look at that picture. Now my brother, and I always put his comments on because the picture of the little guy is terrific, and he's got his little Grinch pajamas on,
Oh,
looking at the
stop
Christmas
it.
tree. Ah,
That's so cute.
he is. I can't believe he came from my brother because he's so adorable. He really is. He's just such a handsome kid. I love that picture, and they're going to Florida too for Christmas, so I'm going to see him Christmas morning. We're going to do some gifts, and I'm driving my brother and his wife to the airport, and they're going to go to Florida for a few days, him and the family. So I'm going to pretty much just my boy Steve Giordano in the house. DYSSMHU, which was code back in the day when we were single guys for dude, you should see me hook up. Still never seen it. He's married, and
What
he's got
does
kids.
that
with him.
mean?
Hook up back in the day was guy code for meeting the ladies and getting it on. Let's get it on.
But dudes text that to each other and meaning what? Like, we're
Let's
going
get it
out?
on.
Like, be my wingman? Like, what does it mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
I need to know.
There's a story that I will tell on this show one night that
God.
has to do with me, Steve, hanging out, meeting women at Egypt, and me meeting a young lady who is a ex-con for carjacking, and she smelled of terrible body odor, but she was such a beautiful girl. But my God, the stories that went behind that, wow. Come over and I'll show. Now that's dirty.
Sheesh.
Funny, but
Sheesh.
there's
You
sheesh.
know, you know who I grabbed Nick Carter by his blonde hair
Your
in
sound went out.
Egypt. I grabbed Nick Carter by his blonde hair in Egypt. Why did it do that? Why did it do that?
Oh, it actually kicked off out of nowhere. It kicked off my my sound card. So I guess I got to use the computer speakers. How the hell did that happen? Son of a bitch. Yo, I'm going to tell you all. I'm going to do a commercial real quick for Phonicos sound card. Don't ever buy this thing. It sucks. Joel.
Nick Carter likes the birds.
Nick Carter likes birds. Only Steve. I've never seen Steve hook up. Never.
I'm echoing bad.
Yeah, that's because, like I said, now we're working through the computer speakers, which is going to ruin the song at the end of the night, and it's going to make people very annoyed by our program. Let's hit some more topics real quick. Sandra Bullock's Unforgivable is Netflix #1 movie. I have not heard of this. I have not seen this. You know anything about it? You're a Netflix person.
I don't want to talk now. I just saw her promote this. I'm a fan of everything she does. I love her box, and this is also Netflix, so I'm hoping for good things. My mom came over and she was watching it. I usually go by her opinion with movies, so.
It does say bullocks on the end. There's an S. Isn't bullocks like British for like assholes or something like that?
Bullocks.
Bullocks.
I
Damn
love
it.
her though.
I think I'll take that down because I love it. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Bullocks. Yeah. Sandra Bullocks. Never mind the bullocks. Dr. Oz is going to run for Senate, so he's preparing to end his TV show. Yeah, you see.
I used to
like
watch the
Dr.
show all
Oz.
the time until I found he was a liar.
Well, I mean, most doctors are, but I don't think I would. I don't think, and this is going to sound dickish, and we don't do politics here, but I don't think I would want to serve any seat in this country's government and give up my TV show for it.
You would think the TV show would be easier and pay more.
And pay more. And have less bullshit.
I don't know. I think it'd be funner. More
I think
fun.
so. I definitely think so. Another program, another concert, if you will, coming to town. I saw this today. Candlebox Acoustic with our local Mr. Brian Quinn. Playing, of course, with Candlebox lead singer Kevin Martin. As you know, Brian joined Candlebox. May 3rd, Jewel, at City Winery, the Unplugged Tour 2022, Candlebox Unplugged. And I saw them play at Harrah's Casino Unplugged a few years back. An excellent show. If you're a Candlebox fan, you're a local music scene fan, and like Brian Quinn, check this thing out. I've never been to a City Winery, but I know they have, I think it's a chain. Because there's a City Winery in D.C., a City Winery in New York, there's one in Philly. May 3rd. Tickets have not yet gone on sale, but the Unplugged Tour 2022, Candlebox Acoustic, Brian Quinn, and Kevin Martin. Any interest?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've never seen them, so I've known people who went to City Winery, and it's a really cool venue.
I remember that one when I went to Harrah's. That was a couple years back. That was it was Candlebox. It was like a full concert. We also did like acoustic thing in the beginning. Brian and God, I can't remember, another guy from Octane. Brian Bortnick, I believe, from Octane, did a acoustic set before that show. So good stuff. And yeah, Brian's he's like a legend here in Philly, the Philly music scene. So if you get a chance, City Winery, check it out. Brian Quinn and Kevin Martin, who I met in person. And again, politics aside, me and him have totally different beliefs, but Kevin's a cool dude, man. Met him in person. He's a great singer, a true rock star, just a great dude. I've always been a Candlebox fan, so I definitely would like to get myself out to that and check it out. Me and Joel like to get to the shows when we can. We haven't done it since the Jamie Kennedy night, which was outstanding. Just one of the best nights ever. And I love that. I would do that weekly if I could. Had a blast.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Yeah, I agree. I know you're
hearing my echo.
Sam, I know you're holding back from your echo. I want to show everybody a picture here real quick. I'm going to talk about AUAs. Remember back in the day, I always tell people how I used to be an actor in this women's wrestling show. So today somebody conjured up one of the pictures. This is me and my brother back in the day.
Wow.
It's like two young little kids. I was probably maybe 30. It didn't even look like me.
Look like Run DMC.
Yeah, the hats. We were the nice guys. We were like the mafia guys. But look at that picture. No beard, my fat face. We had our backstage fashion. I mean, look at that picture.
That's so funny.
It was good to show you. Men get better with age. Look at that. I'm not near as cute as I am now. What a stud. Two studs.
Men get better with age and they can cover their face with beards.
That's what this is. One big cover up. Terrific. One big cover up. Any more, do I have any more topics? Did I blow through them already? God, I did. How the hell did that happen?
No, wait.
There's
There's stuff
Dr. Oz, and
that's
Kristen
happened.
Davis. Jesus, we did happy birthday to Nancy Valen. I love Nancy Valen. I like to invite her on again, but when you invite her on,
The
she's like,
tattoo I drew?
let me say it. Nancy always says, if I don't have anything to promote, I feel funny coming on.
I
Freaking Nancy Van one, dude.
I drew my nephew's breast cancer tattoo. He got boxing gloves with mom inscribed on it, and he let me decide. Oh well, draw his new tattoo,
That's it.
which came out pretty decent. Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah, I could see that. I saw that on your page. I was wondering who's that. Oh man, that's super cool too.
Not cool. Halloween
Very cool.
spooky.
So who did that art? Because that's like who actually did the
I
tattoo?
was trying to find out because I think it was the one on Street Road, but I didn't want to like tag them, and then I didn't want to say like, "Hey, I drew this," but I didn't do the tattoo. But I did draw it. I mean, it wasn't my like concept, but
But you drew it.
I didn't know what to caption it. So people just saw this tattoo and like, "Is that you? Is that your arm?"
When I first saw it, I'm like, is there like a new dude or like what's going on?
Yeah, is it my dude? Like, what are you guys thinking? I drew my nephew's tattoo. I don't know how to word that.
My art comes to life or something like that.
Something. I should have said, like, look what I did.
Look, speaking of art, now we talked about this the other night on 2.0, and I showed the picture, and it needs an edit. As you know, this is the great picture that Joel drew of me, painted of me, but it's got that shirt on it, so we have to do another one without that.
I will do another better one.
Without that shirt on it. I like that. I mean, I love everything else about it.
For
But
sure.
we could do without that shirt.
Yes. I'll get you. I'll paint you a Christmas present.
Aw. Christmas, the time to say I love you. I'm like really nursing this beer tonight. I'm on my one and only. And the beauty thing is, I kind of like what you said the other day. It's funny as shit. I mean, if you do the show, you get it. And you're like, oh, dude, I need a drink. Can't wait for the show. Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I need a fucking beer. Oh, I'll be on the show later. I'll have myself a couple beers.
At first, I did it like, cutting back calories. Not gonna have a glass of wine and waste those calories. So I like to drink with someone. And this might not have a drink with someone.
Yeah, I'm your drinking buddy.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's here's one of Fathead's Brewery, Groovy Juice. If you're a fan of Fathead Brewery, you can find their beer at Chickies and Peace in Warrington.
Wow.
My man Rocco. Oh, they got these Fathead, terrific. Groovy
So
Juice.
you've been trying some local breweries more so the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
What has been a standout?
But one of my absolute favorites is Odd Logic, and that's over here in Bristol. My wife loves it, and I tell you, very good group of guys. It's a smaller place, like garage style, but their beer's terrific. I love just about everything I've had from them. And I try to discover new ones around here. I mean, there's the Chamonix Creek, which is big, and everybody knows that one. And I advertised the Vault on here a couple weeks back, and so I'm definitely all about checking out all of them. I frequented like Naked and Moss Mill and places like that. Fatheads has some nice selection. They're PA, but they're not really local. Trogs, of course, it's holiday season, so Mad Elf from Trogs. So there's a lot out there, and I will definitely be continuing my occupying of beer.
Very cool. Expand your horizons.
Absolutely. I'm a fan. Now, again, having this focal banger I bought a couple weeks ago, like I said, The Alchemist is in Vermont, and people just travel to Vermont to come back with like trunk full of their beer. I said this and Heady Topper for a while were like it was like the holy grail of beer for a while. These
Beer and syrup, that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Joey had to read all semester about Ben and Meg, and they live in Vermont, and all the great things about Vermont. I've never been to Vermont. I don't tell you.
Me neither. I've been through it. But they're known for maple syrup and The Alchemist.
Yeah.
Man, 9:41. Tonight kind of felt like it flew by.
It did.
It did.
I feel like I'm never not on the computer anymore.
I know. Well, yeah, I can imagine how that is like the daily loading. And after a while, man, it starts to burn out your brain just a little bit. Your mind, like your eyes and shit. So I get it.
It does, like I don't know. I get up, I just have to like move and not sit down and not see a screen. Not even my phone. I hold my phone like this. And I
I
chuck it.
usually close one eye. Like I can't even like look at my phone with two regular eyes anymore.
I
Very
have my
sad.
blue light glasses, but I can't see because they're not prescription, so they don't really help me. They
These
look
are
ridiculous.
scripted. I gotta change these because like getting the whole plastic thing, like it gets scratchy.
Yeah.
My brother mentioned here the Nice Guys, 250 Fantasy. That is my fantasy football name, the Nice Guys, and that was also our wrestling name. So win this week, Joel, and I'm in the playoffs. Very excited. I love me some fantasy football. I sure as hell would like to win a couple bucks as well. My wife likes to look at my total spent at the end of the year, and she doesn't understand it. I get it.
What are you spending? Oh, on like
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, you got you buy yourself in the league, and you buy your team, and every time you pick up a player, it costs money, and shit adds
Between
up
your
fast.
toys and everything.
Right,
Oh,
toys.
boy.
I'm like a child. Toys, fantasy football, and
Games.
beer. But like she said, it's like I could be on the street finding loose women and doing drugs and shit. So
Right.
my money goes to Funko Pops. But keep in mind, because even like tonight, she's like, "Oh, I know the show is more important to me." But I get great merchandise. I meet these great artists. Get to hang out and have some beers with Jewel instead of drinking by myself. And you can't hate Funko Pop because look at poor little Deadpool. He's out here minding his own business.
That's great. You know what my vice is? I would always buy coffee out. I would always get my Dunkin' or
Yeah.
Starbucks. I'm probably saving so much money not getting Starbucks every day.
It adds up fast. I work with a dude, and I can't believe this. And I love the guy. I know Brian sometimes comes in and out and checks it out for a few minutes. And Brian, if you're out there, dude, I love you. You're a good dude. Every stinking day at work, he gets McDonald's Uber Eats to the dealership. Like, what kind of money do you got, dude?
That's ridiculous.
His
Holy
cholesterol's got to be
crap.
through the freaking roof, and not to mention the charge of, every day
Delivery
they get
and tax and convenience tax. Sheesh.
I look at it because, like, sometimes I know it's hard to get out of work. I'm like, I want something to eat. And I go on Uber Eats, and I'm like, it's like hour wait, $8 delivery charge. I'm like,
Uber Eats is definitely the most expensive. I went on DoorDash
okay.
for Chinese food on Friday. The order was $30. The total was $60.
What?
You're charging me the amount that it costs for the food in taxes,
Wow. And
including
food-
delivery and all that.
Jesus Christ, that's
You
crazy.
can go kiss my ass. I got right in my car for $30.
Yeah, I hate getting in my car, but at that rate, I would get in my car.
No, I was satisfied knowing I wasn't paying double.
Jesus. What is your,
At least Slice gives you a free pizza every 7 times.
yeah, that's something. Oh, so speaking of the free something, we talked on the show a couple weeks ago about Domino's giving out the free something when you order Domino's. You get a chance to get free, and we did. We got the free breadsticks.
Good job. I love Domino's.
I like Domino's too, and she likes Domino's, so it's not that much of a struggle when we're like Domino's. Like, yeah, okay, but I like pizza of any
And
sort.
Domino's is super cheap if you pick it up.
Oh yeah,
Tuesday and Wednesdays.
I don't even know why I still have the headset on. The damn thing's not even working,
I know.
but it makes me feel better.
I can't hear you.
I can hear the dog. Ooh, that doesn't work. That's worse.
That is,
It was. Now it's not worse anymore. I'm gone. I heard myself echo. Now I don't hear it anymore.
can you hear me echo? Yeah.
No.
I can.
Really? I don't hear you echo. But I'm pretty pissed off, and I guess it's time for new sound cards. That thing right in the middle of the show just cut right off.
Oh, you know what? Want to hear what's a bitch? So work from home now, and company's great, and they sent me all this high-end equipment, right? But I love this, and you see how small it is. Like it's gone.
Is that the mouse thing? Because I have one of those on mine. Yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, all right, no problem. You know, I can order this from Amazon because I already put the boxes, you know, in my basement, in storage, whatever. Hard to get to it. I order on Amazon, and they send me this piece of shit. Did not even fit into any hole in my computer. And I was like, it was taking tweezers and pulling the thing that I ordered, not from my company. But I'm trying to get this thing to work and like looking at it. So I go in the basement the other day. I'm like, let me just look in the box. It had its own. It had all these arrows pointing like, here, take. It made my life so much easier. But yeah, this little shit caused me so much headache.
Yeah, man, because like you got no mouse for that, and I forgot one time. Like I tried, I'm like, what the hell's going on here? You know, without that piece, you got nothing.
Got nothing. And then we're in the car, and Joe, you know, she has dance, and she has all these bags in the back seat, this and that. And she's like, "Oh, look here, Mom! I found this game, this Switch game, and those things are like this big,
Yeah.
like $60 a piece." I'm like, and we made a lot of progress on the game. So I'm like, "Why are your Switch games in the car?" Like, no, we're gonna lose them. I was very upset.
It's upsetting. I'm a little disappointed by it as well.
I miss
I do.
big cartridges games like
Yes.
Nintendo. You could chuck them across the room and
Yes. Or you
this little
blow the dust out of it. They don't work right. I know. I've been there.
I can't stand it. Discs were horrible. These little SD things that you leave, and your pictures, you put them in your phone. Remember that? You had to put them in your phone.
Oh, the disc really sucked. I hated
them.
I hated the disc because you got mad at the game and like slammed it and you scratched the disc and then you're done. It never works again.
Never works.
Stupid shit.
Stupid.
See? This is what we do on Tuesday nights. We bitch about life. We bitch about the headset I don't even need on anymore because my stupid Phoenicus sound card broke.
I shouldn't talk because I'm getting angry.
What's that?
I shouldn't talk because I'm echoing.
Yeah, you're fine.
I get angry.
So let's give a salute and a thank you to everybody with the emojis, the hearts, and the likes and the love. Michael Anthony. Michael, thank you very much for the thumbs up. Thanks for stopping by, man. Greatly appreciate it. Rick Gennady, of course, as we mentioned. Get well soon, Rick. Emily Elizabeth. Very nice, very kind of you. Thank you very much. There's a story I'll tell you sometime about a goof I made on her Facebook page. It was ugly. No, it wasn't that bad, but it was meant for somebody else. And never mind. Steve Giordano with a thumbs up. My main man, thank you very much. And some hearts. Maria Daniels. We love you, Maria Daniels. An absolute inspiration to us all. Andrea Lex, thank you very much for the heart. I'm glad you got to tune in. Bear Reigns, of course. Not a single Bear Reigns comment tonight. I'm going to have to call the police and make sure he's okay.
I think he said hi to me.
Oh, he did. He's brave. In the beginning, he said a few things. I get nervous because I'm so used to him commenting. So thank you for that. The replay, of course, runs 24 hours a day on YouTube and Facebook, and we do run on Twitch. So we thank you for everybody that's been tuning in. Some big shows coming up in the next few weeks. Of course, Christmas and New Year's, we'll try to put something together fun for you there. Jewel wants her tarot read again. Let's see if we can get Courtney Grosh back on the program.
For sure.
That sounds good to me. We're gonna probably leave early tonight. I know we always leave late, and Jewel bitches at me, and when I leave late and I start running out of things to say, well, you're like now you're sad face. I'll sit here.
I know. I would say I'm just echoing.
I know it sucks. Like I said, my card blew out. Now yours affected by it.
But we had a great guest tonight, and it was a great show.
We did a humongous thanks, and I'll put his stuff real quickly. Going to scroll down the bottom as we end the show. I gotta find it first, of course. I got so much shit on here. God. There he is right there. It was Polychuck. It's actually Thomas Polychuck, in case anybody's wondering his name. Thomas Polychuck, and of course, everything is down the bottom where you can find him. Make sure you look him up. www.polychuck.com is the website. Instagram at poly_chuck. The new EP, Shadows Remain, Part 2, I believe he said, is out right now. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and more. I've got some songs already on here. And we played the video tonight, too. Absolutely awesome. Scarred was the song. We played a great video here tonight. We thank him for coming on. Another great guest, of course, as we said, next Tuesday when Jewel and I return, Ray Coleman will be our very special guest. And we're going to talk all about this brand new album. The Postman Thinks I'm Crazy. Ray, if you're out there, we all do. But Jewel has her copy. You got to come get your copy. We got to get it to you. So you can hold it up. So you can hold it up too. And of course, tomorrow night, Yo 2.0 special guest host has not yet been announced, but we will be joined by Roger Gardner, host of the Wild Child Show, which is outstanding. If you get a chance, search Roger Gardner, Roger Gardner, the Wild Child Show. Deborah Driggs is his guest co-host. He has some awesome guests come on there. Like I said, John O'Hurley, formerly of Seinfeld, was just recently on. Joey Belladonna from Anthrax, he gets great guests. And he's been a good friend of mine and a good supporter of the show. So check him out tomorrow night. Next Tuesday, Joel and I, of course, do the Yo Show. And you can check us out anytime. The Stoop Radio Network on Facebook, my Facebook page, the Yo Show on YouTube, and the Yo Show on Twitch. Joey, it's almost Santa Claus time. Is she ready for some Santa Claus?
Tell him where Carol was yesterday.
My elf was actually like up on the little. We had this like hook up above the like staircase. So my mom like hanged a little rope. And she put Spider-Man and herself, and I thought I could push it so it would look like, I don't know, like...
It's really funny. Carol was hanging on Spider-Man's back.
Yeah. And I thought it would be a good idea to actually like push it so it looked like it was
she knocked down Carol is the long story short.
And my mom picked her up with her sleeve tucked or whatever, and she's in my cubby on top of my shelf in the dark.
Sneaky one, that Carol.
Yeah. I literally couldn't find her. I literally walked into my mom's room, be like, I can't find Carol. And then I walked into my room and I saw a little red hat. So I stand on my bed and I saw her.
Spider-Man No Way Home actually
and this is
premieres this week. I actually had tickets for Thursday and I can't even go because I got to work.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, no.
I know, I want to go. Merry Christmas. No spoilers. I don't want to hear a thing about what goes on in Spider-Man. I'll see it for myself.
No, I have to catch up. I'm going to watch them in order.
There's a new one on Disney.
I know, we have to watch it.
It's a cartoon though.
Oh, no, we have to see No Way Home.
I think I already saw that.
You did.
Kids.
What's the point of having this mirror if you're not going to use it?
Looks like
There
she
we
uses
go.
it. Mommy looks very nice tonight. Mommy uses
Okay,
it.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year. And Hanukkah.
Next week, we'll say all that.
Okay, well, I just want to say it earlier.
Okay.
What's that? Never mind. What was I going to look at? Something that had to do with a Wonder Woman thing. I don't know. We saw that last week. The little Spin Master Wonder Woman thing. All right, let's get the hell out of here. We had a great night. I was happy to have you back. My big thanks to Polychuck for coming out and talking about his music. We played a great video. And now we're going to turn it over to the fine young men from St. Ricketts. The fire cannot burn. Don't forget, www.saintricketts.com. New music coming out soon. I pick on these guys a lot because I got a couple of previews of it, but I need it. Oh, I took us off the screen. How about that? There we are. Huge thank you to everybody who tuned in. Huge thanks to Polychuck for joining us. Yo 2.0 tomorrow night with Roger Gardner from Roger the Wild Child Show. Jewel Tatey and Jeff the Shark Bruni wishing you a fine good evening, and we'll see you next Tuesday night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Merry Christmas and Hanukkah.
Some of that Hanukkah, very politically correct. All right, Ricketts. Take us
Oi.
home. Love it. Good night.
Was it truly blessed if the taste of it poisoned deeper than you know? Kindly answer this. What's the point of it? Just to reach new heights.
I'm going to try that one more time. Share. Share system audio. Again. Good night. Let's try this.
Yeah.